Hello, this is us. This is Q&L. Welcome.
Another Monday.
This is episode 4, and we're back and live. This is for you guys to hear.
These are the training wheel episodes. We're learning how to ride a bike, and you got to start with the training wheels. So this is us really just learning how to get on the bike. I wouldn't even say we even started pedaling yet. We're just basically got the bike out of the box. We're undoing the wrapping. We've looked at it. We maybe watched a video on how to ride the bike, an unboxing video we watched.
Izzy's never even rode a bike.
Yeah, I actually don't know how to ride a bike.
I think she said this already, but she's literally never rode a bike.
I want to learn how to, but...
You should teach her.
I'm at this point in my life, I'm 23 years old, I feel like it's just not for me. It's just not in the cards of my life.
Like, I'm going to learn how to ride a jet ski before I ride a bike.
I know how to ride a jet ski. Full on, 10 tons, let's do it.
Have you been on a motorcycle?
Yes, but I don't know how to ride one.
Just ridden?
Yeah.
Sounds dangerous.
Loved it. I'm an adrenaline person. If I could go on roller coasters every day before Walmart, I would.
I do love roller coasters. Real quick, what's your favorite ride at Six Flags?
Oh, V2.
Ooh, V2 person, you?
I liked Batman.
Batman? Classic. I like Superman. The whole experience of going upside down, I felt, was like I really could close my eyes and just, for a moment, be a superhero. Which sounds childish, but that's what I do. To this day, still close my eyes, pretend.
Agree and disagree, because as a female who has female anatomy, those rides where you have to lay on your stomach are kind of sketchy.
Yeah, they are.
You're tightened in by your fucking chest and your body, so if you're sliding up and down, like, there's leeway because you have all this extra space between your stomach and there.
Oof.
It's sketchy. I don't like those. But the ride itself is awesome. I agree. The loops and the 10 out of 10 there. But the safety.
Safety's a big issue.
Yeah, not fun there.
Yeah, there was that big issue. What state was that? That had the...
North Carolina.
Yeah, they better stay on top of that shit, because that type of injury is...
Like, that
very
thing's
lawful.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's very lawful injury, falling off one of those big, tall rides.
We've seen some crazy people get hurt on those rides, and they go viral on TikTok and then get taken down right away, and it's crazy.
Yeah, welcome to Q&L.
Yeah, that's your intro. Today's topics are going to be NBA and some life advice, and we don't have a lot of topics, so the ones we do talk about, we're going to really jump into.
Yeah, we got EDM news, couple little things there. I wanted to talk a video game later, too.
Yeah, and then we also might try a pop draft. So I like these drafts, and so we're going to draft our favorite pops.
We're going to do that pretty soon, actually.
Yeah.
First off, we wanted to start with the song in the shower. What was the shower song?
Right? Luke, you're the one that is in charge of our shower songs. So what were you jamming today while you were getting clean?
Well, I was not in the shower today. I was wiping off after the shower. I was getting all dried out, right? And I was singing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing. Right? Everybody knows. You get that song?
Everyone knows it.
Come on now.
Everybody knows it.
Lauryn Hill, doo-wop.
Wow.
That thing.
Everyone knew that right away. No one for a second was confused.
That is the shower song. We also have a little complication with Alec with this movie of the week / documentary TV of the week, right?
Yeah.
No movie of the week, didn't really get that. Show of the week in substitution is going to be Ozark. I've been really on this Ozark binge. I mean, hour episodes. I I mean, talk about a binge. I watched 3 full seasons already. There's one more season. I think I'm in the 4th episode of season 3. I would recommend the show. It's actually really good. A person from work told me to watch it. A team lead told me, he ended up leaving Walmart. A team lead from Walmart, decent pay, says, F this job. Literally, you know what I mean? So, he's working outside now, regardless of the fact. Ozark is going to be the show, and then we have the documentary of Paris Hilton. What's that officially called? What do we watch? Do you remember?
This is Paris.
This is Paris. Yeah,
that line you said earlier too. I don't want to be a Hilton. I want to be Paris.
Yeah. That's the one that stuck with me the most. And then she always kept saying this one phrase all the time. That I forget it, but I'm sure I'll think of it maybe. But I'd give that at least a good solid 8 out of 10. You actually figure out who the hell she is and what she went through and what childhood trauma actually does to a person, you know?
Yeah. She did a lot to expose the troubled teen industry through that. Now she's actually at a federal government level working with senators to get legislature approved because no one was talking about it. And it's been brought up to state levels in court since the 70s. So it's generational trauma at this point that this industry has created, and thanks to her spreading her story, especially being someone who the media thought was this girl who can't do anything, has never been through anything, an heiress who's been given everything. It's really cool.
So, sorry, what did you say?
For those who don't know what a Troubled Teen Institute is, can you maybe explain? Because I didn't really know too much, so we had this conversation in the car. So I know now, but for those who don't know, well, what did she exactly, where was she sent?
So she was sent to multiple institutes, but she ended up going to Provo Canyon, was the one that really traumatized her, and it's the one that's honestly started the industry as a whole because it's the one that's trained people.
Say it again. What's the name of it?
Provo Canyon.
Okay. So I'm Paris Hilton's dad. Why would I send my daughter to one of these establishments?
Because they are fantastic manipulators. You go on these... Well, first to say, she went in the 90s. And in the 70s and 80s, and in the 90s specifically, they were taking out magazine ads where it looked like a bright summer camp for these kids. And it promised that we'll take your troubled kid in and we're going to make them better and a wholer person and happier. And we're going to give them back to you healthier and just overall better. And on the outside looking in, you think that these are just wonderful schools, like boarding schools almost.
Yeah.
Sleepaway camps.
But instead they're getting tortured there.
They're basically at work camps and being abused and tortured. Yeah. So it starts out, from my understanding, I'm not a survivor or a victim in any way, so I don't want to take away experiences.
Yeah. Look at this photo really quick.
But
read that out loud.
The kids you abuse today will be the ones that take you down tomorrow.
That's Paris Hilton standing outside with a sign.
That's pretty cool that she's, more focused on activism instead of just spending her money and being on a beach. She'd rather be fighting for a cause, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, and this
really
is
admirable.
Like you said, this is still up to date. She's going...
they're still actively doing it. As of 2022, because I'm listening to a documentary called Trapped in Treatment right now. Or not documentary, a podcast. But as of 2022, there's 8-year-olds in Provo Canyon School. And they start out and have to do 500 hours of something called... reflection, I believe it's called, where they sit on a chair or have to stand for 500 hours and stare at a wall. They can't do anything, say anything, communicate in any way, look at anyone for 500 hours. And once they complete that section, they move on to the second section where it's working. And then from there they can be restrained, they can be put in isolation or seclusion, they're medically drugged as well. They're told that they have bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, whatever they say they have. They're getting pills and medication that are zoning them out completely, and they're being abused. It's terrible.
Oh, and they're in complete control.
They're in complete control. They read the letters that parents are sending in and won't let their kids read them if they're bad, or vice versa. They won't let kids send letters to their parents asking for help. And there's multiple walls, and they're so deep in the wilderness. If you could escape, where are you going to go? You're miles and miles away from the nearest town.
That's crazy.
That's pretty good. That's the show of the week. Yeah, I didn't really have that big of an explanation for Ozark, but I guess I could say like that's just a family and they're involved with the drug lord and they got to deal with their own missions, you know. I just really enjoyed Jason Bateman. I don't know why. Just he's kind of cool right now. I have my little actor. See, like I had my little John Cusack moment. Now I got my Jason Bateman moment right now.
What is he like known for, like as an actor?
He's I don't know if he's a stand-up comedian or not, but he probably is. They all are, right? I know him from the role in Hancock with Will Smith.
Oh yeah.
Like that's my biggest role with him. Why you laugh?
Cause dude, his wife is
Well,
in that
say
movie, his wife is basically Will Smith's girl, which is weird.
In a different.
It's a weird dynamic.
It's
weird.
like
it's
technically it's like thousands of years they weren't dating, so it's not.
Okay. He's most known for his TV and he's in Arrested Development, which was super fucking awesome TV show. He's the main guy. He's Michael Bluth. I've watched only 1 or 2 seasons.
It's why I missed out on Arrested Development.
It's a show I meant to watch, but my TV's broken right now, so I can't watch shit. So
you have a laptop. You're just
yeah.
not dedicated.
with horrible volume.
Oh yeah.
I gotta like be like, what was that? What?
That's what we.
It's about dedication.
I mentioned that your TV
Subtitle.
is broken.
Life with no TV sucks. Yeah, I'm using my phone a lot.
That sounds tough.
Buy a Switch.
If I had the money. But yeah,
Wait, how'd you break your TV? I have so many questions.
the TV actually just stopped working. It is an old TV, so I think it just ran its course of usage.
Wow.
Just got used. I left it on one too many times, and now it'll just turn off randomly.
What's that noise? Whatever. Let's do that pop draft.
Okay. So, to explain what a pop draft is, it's really just a draft. We're going to just be picking our favorite pops. So, if you only could pick one at the gas station, you got $3 on you, you're going in, and you can get one fucking soda. Obviously, we're going to pick more than one, but this was like, you're one of one. What's your go-to soda? You don't want a water, you don't want a Gatorade, you want that fucking pop. In Illinois, we call it pop. I know some places don't call it pop.
Soda pop.
Soda, Coke, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, we'll let Izzy go first.
Well, for me, there's stipulations. Because if it's in a can, I'm going with Minute Maid Fruit Punch, which is a newer product on the market and is absolutely insane.
You guys went ballistic when she said that.
Like, it's crazy.
Sound off in the comments. How fire Minute Maid Fruit Punch is, though. At a picnic?
It's in the can. It's so different. But in the bottle, no. I will not buy it in the bottle. It's
or at
gross.
Culver's out of the fucking fountain. No,
I'm good. No thanks.
Everybody
I don't even want it out of the plastic bottle
Everybody
anymore.
knows the iced tea. You can polish that iced tea in 2 seconds.
The brisk?
The brisk iced tea. Yeah. If it's warm, it's 1 second. If it's cold, it's 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm. It just goes down so easy.
It doesn't.
And that's the same way with this fruit punch.
The brisk.
But I don't know. Can we count? We'll count fruit punch, but I don't know if we can count brisk.
Brisk
What?
iced tea is
What?
okay. If you can count
That shit
Minute
don't
Maid
make sense
fruit
at all.
punch that's been on the market for 2 months in
That
a
shit
can.
don't make sense at all. You canceling out that shit? Come on, man. Come on, man. What's your favorite?
All right, so
What's your favorite?
oh man. Okay, so for me, it's been a favorite for years. I'm gonna go Barg's root beer,
Okay.
silver can.
Damn it, you stole mine.
Silver fucking can with
fucking
A and W in the fucking
Oh, you
brown can
told-
being close second, right? Dude, both of them are fire.
Okay, I picked the A&W one, so I guess...
Well, I take root beer off the market. I'm gonna just take root beer as a whole, but specifically silver Barg's can. A&W is right there too because it's
Okay.
fire.
Alright. I gotta pick it. Alright, so I had that. I had A&W in mind.
It's gone. It's on my team.
I now am gonna go with... Damn it, man. Now it's like, what the hell am I gonna pick? Shit.
So many options on the board. There's the whole.
Well, yeah, I know, but when you
Well,
had one in
still-
your freaking mind the entire time, now what? You know, you're drawing a blank.
My favorite soda in a can, I don't like the company anymore. So I don't know if I want to shout them out. I found out the lady of the company isn't the nicest person, so
It's always the worst.
yeah,
Oh.
ginger ale, man, Schweppes,
Oh.
dude.
Ooh, ginger ale is
It's
fire.
so good,
Gingy.
but I just don't like the lady now, so it's
Dude,
hard for me.
Ginger ale on a plane.
Dude,
Why
next
is
level.
that a thing?
It's better.
Why do so many people on the plane like I'll get a ginger ale?
For a
Because
stomach.
Yeah, there's
Well-
stomach issues for landing.
Well,
So
you
they're
hear 10
nervous.
people around you order the ginger ale, then you're gonna get one because what's going on with the ginger ale?
You got
Would you like
peer
something?
pressure
Would you
in
like
the
something to
ginger.
drink, sir? Ginger ale.
I only drink
Miss-
ginger ale now.
Miss, would you like some ginger ale?
I think it's sophisticated. You're on
Yeah.
a plane. You
Three-
want to like prove to everyone on the plane you deserve to be
Three
there.
people later, right? 3 people later. Alec, would you like some ginger ale? Because at this rate, you don't even ask if you want
Yeah,
something to
they
drink.
got a fucking ginger ale by the keg.
Well, what if everyone's drinking on the plane? If everyone's
Fucking
drinking
chug,
next
chug.
to you, do you drink on the plane? Because I can't drink on a plane. But I feel like I'd be peer pressured into ordering it and letting it sit there.
I haven't been old enough to do that yet. I was
So-
on a plane once.
Little side story. My brother had some free drink coupons from being a member for the plane. So he gives them all to me, and I order my first drink. I'm going to get a Jack and Coke. Well, the problem is they give you the Jack and Coke. It's filled to the top. You're just...
On a
the whole
bumpy
time
fucking-
you're just like shaking, like trying not to spill this thing, and then you have nowhere to put it down. So you either slam this Jack and Coke, and you know it's fucking...
Good. Though.
It's a 70, it's like an 80-20 Jack
It's
Coke.
yeah. It's
It's
good.
so strong.
It's good.
And so you can't really chug it because it tastes like shit. And you're just sitting there trying not to fucking spill it because you're gonna get sticky.
This happened to you?
Yeah, dude. I'm not drinking on any more planes. I'm not drinking on the plane anymore, dude. I won't do it.
How drunk can you get on a plane? It's like, how many drinks before they're like, no, we're down here. We're in a tight, compact space.
Yeah. How do you tell someone no more, boss?
Like,
Probably very politely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you gonna tell Billy Idol no more?
I'm just
Billy?
asking, can someone be like falling down and like getting off the plane?
Or are you gonna tell? Who are you gonna like? What if it's like someone really famous though, or someone like?
They have private planes that can do
Yeah,
whatever they want.
Yeah, you're
Do you
right.
think Kim Kardashian on Kim Air is getting
Well,
told
that's-
no?
Here's why I say that. My person that I'm on right now, Jason Bateman, he flies commercial. He flies regular.
That's awesome.
Like
I
actors,
agree.
like and he like I'm not saying like he's a billion-dollar actor. Like he's not Drake. Like he's being followed by paparazzi. But I mean he is. But like
I mean, then again,
Yeah,
I
he's
feel
like a
like
B-list.
yeah,
that's
he's
a good
not
point.
getting crowded at the airports. Like, could you imagine Kris Jenner or Kylie or Kim
just
or any of
Chris
the
Rock.
yeah someone? I feel like he's not not in the media as much. You have to think about people who are like in the media today that people want pictures
Okay,
of,
Chris
and
Rock
people wanna
is
be
about to
around.
board your plane. You see him as he's sitting down. You're not saying, "Oh my God, that's fucking Chris Rock."
I'm just doing this.
I'm not saying.
Slapping.
Okay, then you're
my
gonna
hand.
get slapped, dude.
Bring it, Chris.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying for it to become a dangerous situation at the airport, where more than likely the airport's saying, no, you can't fly commercial. You have to be in the news today.
Yeah.
Like Selena Gomez a couple months ago, when everyone's talking about Selena Gomez, do you think the airport would allow her to walk through just normally and go to the local Starbucks in the middle of the airport?
No, with so much paparazzi on her, no.
Well, paparazzi's not there. You have to think about the fans crowding her and asking for the photos and
Well, a
begging.
paparazzi attracts fans.
Paparazzi's not going into the airport, though. They can't get past all that security and all those gates.
Yeah, I guess.
Or at least I don't believe they can go that far just to take photos. If so, that seems like a big security risk, in my opinion.
Never know what money does. Slip the guy $50 real quick.
That
Let me get a photo.
in an airport, that, again,
Yeah, that's
security
actually
risk is fucking terrifying. Oh, I swear.
My soda, I'm gonna pick.
Oh, you finally thought of one, folks.
Uh,
The person who drinks the most pop at the table finally was able to think of a soda.
Coca-Cola.
Oh, what a pick. And I feel like that,
I'm so basic.
if Izzy doesn't pick what I'm thinking, I feel like this is the biggest slip in draft history.
She picked Fruit Punch.
I picked Fruit Punch
Well,
and
now it's your
ginger
second.
ale.
Oh my god. So
Remember I
we're
picked
doing
second.
We're doing the full.
I think we're
second.
gonna do
Okay,
three
All right,
picks
yeah, let's
each.
do it. Let's do it.
And the fact that this falls to me is crazy. I'm gonna go Sprite
Is your second?
as
pick?
my and the second round. How does Sprite fall to the second round?
But, like, what kind of Sprite?
Interesting.
Bottled,
Ice cold
can,
Sprite. Just ice
fountain?
cold.
Okay.
As long as it's ice cold.
Just shut up.
Cold.
It's just ice cold.
Just
I
ice
understand,
cold
Jesus.
Sprite. I remember telling Luke, dude, one morning, dude, I woke up and I went to the fridge and I just popped open a Sprite at like 6 in the morning, and it was just that taste. It was the best. I remember, Luke, you ever have a? Remember when I called you and I?
Oh yeah.
Did you ever have a
I
Sprite
remember this now.
in the morning? And you were like, no.
No, I actually never have. And he's like, dude, it's probably the best thing I've ever had. Sprite in the morning.
Sprite in the morning, dude, right out of bed.
My friends went to the BLM protests in Chicago, like the first night when the bad riots were happening. And they said they walked past a Walgreens that was busted open, and some random dude walked out and handed them a Sprite. It was the best Sprite they have ever had. Like, they walk out of a busted window and go, yo, you want this?
I
And they
guess.
go, yeah, no problem. They just walk away.
And it was the best Sprite.
They said it was the best Sprite they've ever had.
I don't even understand. I maybe because it was free and
The
it
chaos
was so
behind
random.
you.
The chaos. It was just.
Like, there's police cars on fire next to you and you just drink a stolen Sprite. Like, that's an insane feeling.
That's crazy.
So wait, Izzy with her second pick, right?
Yeah, so I think you're the only one that hasn't picked a second pick.
Or no, what was? Oh, you picked ginger ale.
Ginger ale.
Good
Pick
pick.
Sprite.
Good
The
pick.
green cans are dominating the second round.
Yeah, they are. 7 Up. I'm just kidding.
Well, as long as it's
7
not
Up
Starry or something.
7 Up definitely is the inferior drink behind Sprite. Everyone knows it.
Well, it was Sierra Mist until they went to Starry, and then some girl bought Sierra Mist, the trademark for it,
Really?
and then Starry tried to buy it back from her, and she won the case.
That's fucked.
So she's gonna get a bag when they.
So, like,
they're
her
gonna have to offer
literal
her, like-
TikTok handle is Sierra Mist. Like, it's insane, dude.
Dude,
She
that's-
took it personal.
That's crazy.
She took it personal for sure.
That's how you win the internet.
Squirt.
10 out of 10 choice.
Squirt's gonna be my.
Yes. There's a lot of people out there that love that pick, and there's a lot of people that are just don't get it.
Squirt soda is gonna be my second pick.
That is.
Squirt's good because it's grapefruit. Have you guys had 50-50 soda before?
I think I've heard of it, but no, I
No.
haven't.
It is so good. It's like Squirt, just a little bit milder.
Mm.
You can't
Hey,
find
happy
it
4th of
anywhere.
July tomorrow.
Yeah, it's 4th of July tomorrow. Happy birthday, America.
Couple fireworks outside.
Yeah.
Yay, America.
Alright,
I
so
love being a woman
okay,
with
yeah,
our Supreme Court. Yay.
Hey, I'm telling you, not like promoting other podcasts, but Smartless had AOC on, and I'm telling you.
That's pretty cool.
Smartless, man, you should be listening to that shit too. You should be on that. They got some good actors and good people.
It's tough once you start adding a couple really good podcasts you like. You have a real diverse library. You take one day off of work and it feels like you're so fucking behind on your listening.
I mean,
You know what I
For
mean?
real,
Of
yeah.
like your show is there, like, okay, I watch this show, I do this show. And then it could be to the point where you catch up and you're in that space where like, what do I do now? The emptiness.
do you have like an out there podcast? Like I listen to like 2 specific types of podcasts and then just one really wild one, which is Steve-O's podcast for me.
I have listened to Steve-O before. He's fucking... His voice, though, is just like... I can only take like 20 minutes of the... Hey, guys, so... Like, when I was doing this one bag...
when he laughs is my favorite.
Dude. Yes.
It's like all drama or true crime, and then Steve-O just talking about like being in prison and doing drugs.
It's a little different.
Yeah, I listen to like this weird conspiracy theory guy, but he doesn't like just talk about conspiracy. He goes like over like what's going on in history type of conspiracies, like certain families control certain plots of land and they do deals with this government and this is why this is happening, and he like thinks the whole Russian war is just a cover for this. They're just, moving around this, and that's my
scary.
out there podcast.
That's scary.
But it's
That's
literally
cool.
called the Tinfoil Hack
I like
Experience. But it's pretty popular, so that's cool.
Have you experienced having a podcast like either change platforms on you
Dude,
or
it's the
like
worst.
they now have a subscription plan?
That's the worst, dude. When No Jumper did that, that pissed me the fuck off.
Well, they signed a deal.
Mr. Ballin, okay? I have messaged this man a couple times and he has messaged me back a couple times. I felt I had a personal connection with him, listened to every video, every podcast he's ever had.
Yeah, because she suggested the Brian Carrick to him.
Yeah, I did, and he said he was gonna look into it and do one on it, and I have yet to have him do it, but I'm sure he's just researching or just said no.
Yeah.
But he responded to me,
That's pretty sweet.
and then he went to fucking Prime, okay? And now I can't listen to him because I'm not paying for Amazon.
Yeah.
I refuse. They're an evil corporation, and Jeff Bezos is a lizard man. So no.
Okay, I guess we have beef with Jeff Bezos.
Everyone
QNL
should.
stands against Bezos.
Still gonna order on your site.
Still gonna have to
Well,
order
of
my
course,
shit.
it's the only option.
Thank you. Yeah. Alex, so your
Last pick of pop, I think, is you're up. Your very last pick. What can't you live without?
I wowould say Mr. Pibb. That's like the movie theater drink.
Nice, dude. I do love Mr. Pibb. Mr. Pibb Extra.
Pibb.
Extra. You
Mr.
need that fucking extra hit.
Pibb.
You gotta get the Mr. in there, you know?
It's true.
That's cool. Nice pick. Good pick. What did you pick, Alex? Sorry.
For my third and last pick, fuck. It's such a strong outing with root beer and spray. Gotta wrap this all up nice.
Yeah, I feel like I took Squirt from you.
Was never gonna pick Squirt. Was not even an option.
Ruby Red Squirt is better, though.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Fuck, I just had it and I lost it. Okay, I'm gonna go with Fanta, Orange Pop, just orange. It's so good.
Don't you want the
Fanta, Fanta.
Fanta?
Great.
That's a good pick.
Yeah. So to wrap up the pop draft, Luke, you got a last one?
I do have a last one. It's coffee maker. I would pick coffee. I would.
Coffee's
I would.
not a drink.
Bless you. Bless you again.
Thank you.
I am going to pick the other main brand, Pepsi.
Really? Just regular Pepsi, not even wild cherry?
I mean, yeah, I would. I'd pick all of those. I guess you want me to be really specific, huh? Okay.
Well, you said Pepsi already.
Well, then let's be really specific then, and I'll change it to Coca-Cola vanilla then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your first pick again?
Coca-Cola.
Coke. No, I think you gotta keep Pepsi.
Yeah. I gotta keep Pepsi? Come on.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, fine. All right. You want Coke? You want another version of Coke? So you got Coke first, and then you got Coke vanilla.
Yeah, Coke vanilla.
That's crazy.
It's good. It is.
It's like, what would be you're at your 12th pick. You have very little options, your last pick, and you just have to do it. You're forced to.
Nice.
What would be your
Nice.
last round draft pick on
Q,
the board?
Q, you're on the spotlight right now.
Like the very last pop I see myself drinking.
Like, you know they're gonna get cut from the team, like, within a few weeks, but, like, you have to because the spotlight's on
Gonna
you.
run down the aisle. Let me see.
You're like, fuck.
Like, you're about to, like, make their dreams come true and ruin them in a matter
And
of
at
a
the
month.
same time, you're like, ew.
The first thing that popped up to my head was RC.
Oh,
What?
no, dude,
RC's
RC's so fire.
We actually like RC.
Or maybe just like a great value brand, but
Interesting.
see, I used to not like Diet Coke, but I feel like it's just like I understand the whole no sugar thing now.
Fireworks.
How bad sugar is.
Yeah, actually. Because I've never drank diet or any of that shit. I have, but like I you know, I remember sometimes I would taste it and be like, "What the fuck am I tasting?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a diet." I accidentally bought diet.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I remember there was a good like month where I like accidentally bought shit. I'm like, "What am I doing?"
Yeah, we have the zero sugar Coca-Cola cherry in there that we just haven't opened.
We just haven't touched it.
I would go with Mountain Dew. I hate Mountain Dew.
Ooh,
Interesting.
Yeah, no one said Baja Blast. That's a good one.
Yeah, that
Like-
Mountain Dew is probably my fourth pick. Honestly, it has to be.
Like, Mountain Dew from a fountain's one thing. Like, if you go to Taco Bell, which you don't do often, you get a Mountain Dew, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could do a case of Mountain Dew. It would just sit there for weeks.
You're just like, yeah, I need.
Like, I would
something
rather
else.
drink water, and I'm not the biggest water fan.
Yeah. I feel that. So that concludes our pop
Luke
draft.
didn't pick his last favorite.
Well, I mean, my
He
last.
tried.
My last favorite would be like.
Oh, your last favorite?
Yeah.
His 12th round.
My 12th pick. My last pick in the draft. Yeah, there's a lot of sodas out there.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I wouldn't take a diet one, yeah. I wouldn't just Diet Coke, I guess. Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi sounds horrible.
It does sound horrible.
God. I am so out for that.
Sorry, Pepsi. We would still take a sponsorship.
Like,
But people do drink that shit a lot, so.
that or like the Pepsi that's like the orange Pepsi or lime Pepsi feels weird to me.
Yeah, those weird.
Like those weird mixed ones.
Ooh, honorable mention, the Doritos Mexican Pop.
Oh, dude.
Those are tight.
Doritos,
Those are tight.
yes.
Those are tight.
Hell yeah.
That was all off the top of our heads, so you really know that these pops were near and dear to us, and we didn't really Google anything.
I sat here looking at the red vending machine at like Wendy's that you can click.
Yeah, like,
I am actively at it.
I love those freestyle machines. You feel like you have so much fucking freedom.
And then you choose the most basic
Yeah.
one every
Oh my god,
time.
100 options. Give me fucking regular Coke. Give me
I'll
a
take
water.
Sprite normal, thank you.
Yeah, I'll take water with ice.
I hate when you click like a normal flavor and then you see like a pink drop in it and you're like, no.
It's the worst, dude. Yeah. You gotta like fucking run the line for a minute.
Yeah.
Like a whole minute. Like
You just do water to
just
clear
run
it
the
out.
fucking lines, dude. Pick the pop you want and run that shit. Is that Graham?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Our dog has the most deadly like farts. Horrible.
Couple are pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you can't even.
Can't breathe. Can't think.
Yeah, that's the pop draft. I hope you enjoyed that. Q&L listeners. Q&L.
Do you want to jump into this video game talk?
Yeah. I guess so.
What games you guys been playing lately? First of all, what's hot?
Haven't really been playing anything lately other than Apex, right?
I mean Apex, and then I'm still on Tears of the Kingdom. I just am waiting for my book to come in so I can find my armor sets and cheat.
You don't like to go on YouTube and look at that stuff?
No, I like to get the guidebook and have a notebook there and feel like an old person with scrolls. It makes me feel like less of a cheater.
You have to have a feather quill pen and ink, an ink
Yes.
bottle.
By candlelight.
Yeah, by candlelight, like.
With the theme song
blanket.
playing in the background. Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I mean, if you I won't lie and say I don't watch YouTube videos. I just definitely feel like a cheat.
What's up, Graham? You got something to say to the podcast? Okay. He put his face right up to the table. He was ready to say something.
I've definitely been enjoying watching streamers play that, what's it called? Up? Nothing But Up? Or
Yeah, we got
Only Up?
Look
What's
up
it called?
Look up
Only up.
Only Up.
That game is really.
It's just, and I just love watching. That game is the new, in my opinion, the new streaming game that I could sit down and watch people play that for an hour.
Especially if it's your favorite streamer.
Yeah, this is a breath of fresh air. You know, I definitely could see it
It's
getting
not,
overdone quickly.
It's not someone shooting guns, and,
Yeah.
and it's an objective to get to the top. You got to get to the top, and the fall downs are hilarious because it's so much work to do all that. It really is, and there are people that actually want to put the timer in and do the fastest time, like Courage JD, I guess, has the fastest time, right, or out of the group. So like Doc went and watched them, and there's a whole gig to it. It's a streamer movement, you know.
So you can reach the top.
Yes.
I've never seen a streamer reach the top yet.
Yeah, you can reach the top. Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it reminds me of the old like Happy Wheel days on YouTube when you would watch people try the same level over and over and over again and just rage every time. Like the heydays of PewDiePie and stuff like that.
It's nostalgic.
It's a trend.
Well, 100%.
It's definitely a trend.
It's a trend.
It's just so repetitive.
Yeah, I wanted to talk this game called Xdefiant. I played the beta.
Ooh, beta's out.
It's done.
Ended. Beta's over
Love
and
you,
done.
Izzy.
Love you guys.
Thank you for joining
Good
us.
night, Izzy.
Good night, guys.
Izzy signing off.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah, that's that. Xdefiant is a first-person shooter game that seems to have a lot of abilities to it. You can throw a shield down in front of you and shoot through that shield, and the enemy can't.
Okay.
You can have your sniper rifles. You can have your MP5s, all your basic, let's just say, Call of Duty guns, okay? Because this game is developed, if I'm not mistaken, by the Call of Duty 4 developers. So these are original people that are in the roots of COD and know exactly what the game was built on. It's not, which I'm going to get into in a little bit about why Call of Duty is bullshit, but it's not. It's these people actually, in my opinion, actually care and will take the time to fix the game if there's a problem, right? And but first, I love the movement of the game. I liked the old version of the the first person, the effect of it. The game did feel like the Call of Duty 4, like I said. Kind of had like a Black Ops 4 feel to it. I don't know if you ever played Black Ops 4. There's way too many Call of Duty games, right?
Yeah.
There's way too many. So here's Xdefiant. Kind of like just, it's not a battle royale game. It's not, at the moment, it's not a battle royale. But for them to stay in that movement, I think they might have to do that. I think, right, Izzy, if games are going to be releasing right now, do they have to kind of be on a battle royale segment if there's, shooters involved? Obviously not, but
They either have to be a battle royale, or they have to be the very next best thing. They have to figure out what the next thing's gonna be. They can't go backwards in time and do another team deathmatch or
that's kind of what it is, unfortunately.
They need to figure out a new strategy, whether that be kind of like what is it, PUBG? Is that the game where you have your own home
It's a
base?
battle royale.
Or no, like kind of that dinosaur game where you build your own base and you have your own plot of land that you keep going back to, cabin you're building.
Yeah.
And then you go out into land where you're fighting other people. There needs to be a different element to it, and I think then they're gonna win. If
True.
not, they need to be another battle royale at this point, unfortunately.
I guess that's a pretty good point. I was also gonna say that like it does have that Black Ops 4 feel to it. Kind of out of context, you need a scuff. So like you don't need a scuff controller to play this game. Like obviously you can play on keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say that you need a scuff to play this game. Like, and that kind of requires you to go buy a scuff controller, which is $300, or go buy the newest PlayStation DualSense controller, or the Xbox Series, Xbox Elite Series, is what it's called. There's kind of like this bunny hop movement to it, to where I'm like absolutely clicking the buttons in the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then I'm like hopping throughout the entire map. Like I'm a bunny. Like just it's. Does someone want a game like that? No, but if you can figure out the movement, then it's kind of different. I don't know. Can a game be that successful if you need a high caliber controller? No, it won't. And I'm talking like constant. I'm clicking the back buttons constantly, just so I'm the fastest player on the map, and I'm just bunny hopping and bunny hopping and bunny hopping and bunny hopping. So this game can be another game to compete with Call of Duty and possibly kick out this bullshit game right now that is called Modern Warfare right now that we're playing. It's just absolutely it's a great game. I put endless hours into it, but it's not worth my time at this rate. But playing that new game was kind of refreshing, and if you did get a chance to see it and play it, I'd like to know in the comments. Let me know what you guys felt of it if you're the gamer in here. I would also say that Call of Duty is a factory. Call of Duty is a factory. And you can tell because it needs its money every year. It pushes out games every year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cars get pushed out every year out of a factory. New cars, right?
Yeah.
What happens if it's not on date? People get fired. And here comes the new people to finish it. And why are they shit? Because they fired the people that are fed up with these. I already know the insides. I know for sure that these people inside of Call of Duty and the people that did get fired, for example, the Xdefiant people, why are those people not still working for Call of Duty? Because they're fed up with the factory shit. It's push out another game, push out another game. Oh, you're tired in the factory? Well, we're going to replace you. And we're still going to release that game next year. Call of Duty is a factory. And it's to the point where it's greed over anything. And they did win that greed. They, with their first Warzone, they beat everything out. They beat out movie sales and shit, dude. They beat out like some of the most mind-blowing things that you would not think of. Call of Duty beat out like paid out actors in revenue or like it's so weird. It's so weird the success that Warzone 1 had. And you played Warzone 1.
Oh, of course.
It had the most success ever. And at that rate, not at that rate they figured that they were a factory. They already knew they were, but they were just on this huge momentum to where now it's like, who gives a fuck? We're firing you and putting in the next. It doesn't matter. Like, it's always been like that. I think people need to realize that that is a factory, and that you need to watch out what you pay for. Don't spend your money wisely. I played that beta for free, you know. I did have the online for PlayStation Plus, but watch what you pay for, because these games are pushed out without love. And I put a lot of effort and time into this game that I shouldn't have. And I know
Call of Duty or Xdefiant?
A Call of Duty, the newest battle royale. For them, I thought it was. I'm fed up with that. That's why I quit. You know, so that's why I just think it's a factory, and that people need to watch out what they pay for. But that's my little gaming segment, and I still watch Call of Duty clips. I still watch Apex clips. I'm a gamer. I'm fucking watching that shit. I'm gonna be also posting a couple clips of Xdefiant on my TikTok. I want to get them popping again. I want to be a sponsor for Xdefiant. Fuck it.
Sweet.
I want to be a sponsor for Xdefiant.
You gotta manifest it.
I might, I know it sounds like a long shot, but let me get some clips in. I got some full 15-minute gameplay and of that shit, and I'm ready. If they want to put something out there, whatever.
Yeah, you gotta message them, let them know.
I can be, I love gaming. I would stop. I know a lot of people wouldn't, but I would stop a lot of things. I would drop a lot of things to go play games, man. I don't know what it is. It's always been a love of mine. I've said it in the podcast before. I fought my brother for the PlayStation. It's like, it's my turn. It's my turn. It's like it's all originated. It originated from fucking Halo and all that shit, dude. It's everybody went through the same history, But I mean, obviously, I wouldn't drop everything for the video game. But if I could do that for a living, bro, I would drop the other job easily. But yeah, Xdefiant and gaming topic. That's it.
Yeah. We could shift into our NBA talk to wrap up the pod.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, there's a ton to cover in the NBA. We can go team by team, I guess, if we want to start with your team, the Lakers.
You want to just yeah.
We'll start with your team, then we'll go to the Bulls, my team, which they did fucking.
And then we'll go down the list, right?
Yeah, go down the list.
Perfect. Okay.
So Lakers sign Austin Reeves to a fucking humongous deal. They lock him down. I know he was showcased himself in the playoffs. Do you think that they overspent on a player like Austin Reeves?
I think they're overspending every player, but that's just my opinion. Okay,
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, and I know these guys work their fucking asses off, and trust me, I know what that feels like. Not obviously not making that millions, but I worked my fucking ass off. I know what that feels like. You know what I mean? I've been through the grind. I have my highlight reels in my high school playbook. You know what I mean? I got it. Do they deserve to get paid that much? Sure, absolutely. Do I think it's fair? No. Regardless, if that even makes sense, right? But Austin Reeves gets that deal. Guy's a young stud. He's got good looks. And on the court, he's got good looks.
Yeah, he sure does.
Okay. He learned right away that he can play with the big dogs. So, and he learned how to play in LA right away.
Yeah.
I think it's a good sign. They also picked up what's that dude from the Heat?
Oh yeah, Gabe Vincent signed with the Lakers. So that was an awesome addition for him. It sucks to see the Heat lose him. But I do think the Heat are making room for Damian Lillard. So that'll be cool to see Lillard play on a playoff team. But at this point in his career, I don't really see what winning a ring would do for Damian. I mean, I know it would be an awesome achievement, but what he's achieved for him and his family, he's moved his entire family out to Portland. He's put up his entire immediate family lives in Portland with him. I know for a lot of people, family is everything. So you have a home base in Portland. You have your family. You have your friends. Your whole life is in Portland. Does he need to leave if he really wants to be known as a basketball player? But at the end of the day, he's still going to be known as Damian Lillard, the man who went to Portland. He's a singer, rapper, and he has done tremendous things for his family. So, I mean, what more does he have to prove to himself?
It's awesome. That's awesome how you said that. I think at that rate, isn't it family over everything? I mean, I think a lot of these players are choosing family. Obviously, everybody does choose family over everything, but it matters kind of the circumstance. But I think, yeah, he's gonna choose his family. So is he gonna? You think he's gonna make a move?
I think obviously his family's secure in Portland. He's got them stable. I mean, we could see him make a move to the Miami Heat. That's where he wants to play. He's a hard worker, and he could potentially ring chase for the second act of his career. But
do you think that's why Miami got rid of Gabe?
I think so, but I don't see.
I mean,
I don't see Damian Lillard beating Ja Morant and the Nuggets.
I wrote it down next to him. I said it, man. Shooters are gonna shoot, man. That dude can fucking ball.
It would help space the floor against a Denver team. Get more space on the defense with him. What he can add to Miami. I think if Damian Lillard was on Miami this year, it would have been an amazing series. That would have been sweet. But I still don't think they beat Denver. I think Denver is... We didn't even get to see Denver with their backs against the wall. We barely got to see Denver playing Jokic a full 45 minutes. Jokic was on the bench a lot of the time, resting. Mike Malone was great with his rotations. We never really saw him have to really play a 7-man rotation. He was able to play a full 10 people. The rookie was out there.
He was in foul trouble
contributing valuable minutes. I think Mike Malone, he's got something figured out with his roster construction and how he utilizes minutes. I think LeBron was so burnt out because he had to play 45 minutes a game, 40 minutes a game. And he's just, you gotta rest. You can't be spent, by the third quarter. You gotta have you know, you got to have some gas in the tank. And these guys are supreme athletes, but we saw LeBron gas out. We saw Jimmy Butler gas out. We didn't see Jokic gas out because he had a coach that was able to roster construct role players around him.
They had depth.
And it was an amazing run. And I don't know if they can definitely be beaten, but it's going to take real good basketball.
Bulls.
So the Bulls, it's a sad story. If you haven't heard, Lonzo Ball basically he's done. His basketball career is going to be over. It hasn't been announced yet, but he needs really intense surgery on one of his ankles. And people who get this surgery, they never play basketball again. It's basically you get this surgery and you're going to be in constant pain for the rest of your life. He has no cartilage in his ankle, so every time he's moving at his foot, he's in pain. He can't cut. He can't explode off that foot anymore. So the Bulls haven't really announced that he's done.
That's sad, dude.
But he is done. Everyone in Chicago sports media knows it. If you listen to anyone talk about the Bulls, they'll mention it, that he's done. So that sucks that we lost Lonzo. They re-signed the Kobe White, and they basically just re-signed Vucevic.
Yeah, I like him.
So they didn't really do anything but re-sign some key players, and it's a little disappointing to see all these other teams stack up, and then, you know, the Bulls just kind of do nothing. It's classic Chicago Bulls move. And then we lose our one good guy, Lonzo. But shout out to LaMelo Ball, who just signed a Supermax deal with the Hornets. He just got paid, so
yeah,
that's
BBB.
cool. That's cool for.
BBB.
It was the Big Baller Brand shoes that actually fucked Lonzo up. So fuck the BBB and LeVar for seeing that downfall turn out horrible. What happened with Lonzo and him trying to build a company? He should have just been wearing Nikes, because he fucked his ankles up so bad trying to push those shoes out that were clearly not sports shoes. They were just shoes.
BBB.
They were just, yeah, BBB is no good, dude.
Chris Middleton, Bucks.
Yeah, what do you think about the Bucks? Can the Bucks get back to glory?
Giannis is gonna need some help. This isn't all about Giannis. He needs. And then the Lopez brothers, right?
Yes.
First Chris Middleton, though. He's gonna need some help. Giannis needs help, and Middleton needs to be that guy. They won that chip, right? And he was the star. He almost should have been the MVP at one point. Middleton. He was lights out.
He was.
I know people have their years or whatever you want to say about that, but he needs a teammate. Giannis needs a teammate, and I think they still have that trust in him. And it's just like, it won't go away. I think they're giving him this what was I don't know, I forget how many years, but I think this is his last shot. This is his last gig, because where does he really go from here?
Would love to see the Bucks add a third piece to that. I know they have Drew Holiday, so they kind of have a third piece, but they really need another offensive weapon, because when you lock down the paint and then you lock down Chris Middleton.
Oh boy, back up. You wanna go potty outside? Go potty outside, yeah.
If you want to take him, I could talk some basketball.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just think that Giannis needs that help, and the Lopez brothers, the Lopez brothers are another good gig. That's a good help as well.
I guess I'll talk about my Warriors while you do that. My Warriors, just kidding, I'm not really a Warriors fan, but Chris Paul to the Warriors. We had down, will that help? I don't see Chris Paul and his baggage helping anybody. all Chris Paul really is good for anymore is ruining marriages. Yeah, the Warriors losing to the Lakers this offseason was upsetting. They needed more help. Watching Steph Curry, he is lightning in a bottle. Definitely my favorite NBA player. I didn't get to grow up watching Michael Jordan, so I don't have that reverence for him. I don't have that pedestal in my head for him, But in that play, I have Steph Curry. And then, that his battles with LeBron, were so amazing. Watching someone who's 7 inches shorter than LeBron being able to really dominate series and games. It just shows you that his pure athleticism could rival someone taller and bigger than him. So that's obviously why I love Steph Curry. And he will always be a better basketball player to me than LeBron James. He's got more heart. And then obviously his family drama. What the fuck's up with that? It's just so much more you could dig into with the Currys. But yeah. Do I think Chris Paul is going to help the Warriors? No. Do I think Draymond Green re-signing with the Warriors will help? Yes. Do I see the Warriors making a title run? No. But it'll be fun to watch. Definitely cool to see how they gel together.
Will there be basketballs? Yes.
Will there be basketballs? Yes. Will there be me watching the basketballs? Yes.
Will there be hoops? Probably.
Hoops will be had.
Basketball is my favorite sport.
Courts?
Like the way to dribble up and down
Gonna
the
be
court.
there.
I like to get in goal. I like to pick and roll.
So yeah, this is the part of the podcast. If you're still listening, shout out to you. These are definitely, like I said, the training wheels episodes. We're just learning how to talk in a setting that's going to be enjoyable, that we're comfortable. It's not easy being on microphone or camera. And yeah, we're going to only get better. This is just practice. But yeah, Luke, what do you think about Kyrie Irving going back to the Dallas Mavericks? Do you think Kyrie Irving has anything left in the tank? Can he still be a contributing player?
Well, you see, I put down next to that, I put down the Cuban theory, right? Why the hell are you getting your team out of the playoffs at the end of the season? Why are you sitting your star guys at the end of the season to purposely not get in the playoffs? Are you trying to get a pick? Well, guess what? He got fined. Then he donates the money to charity. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? This is all a money game. This is all a money game. Right? Why? What? And then they sign Kyrie. What the hell are they doing?
I had heard from an ESPN person saying that even though Kyrie is a cancer, that they gave up a lot to get him. And that if they don't show Luka that they're willing to make moves to win, he's going to be the next one to leave. And that's what scares the... If they lose Luka, it's over. What's...
Well, then you know what you can say is that the Dallas dynasty is over. Of the overseas players, right? You got Dirk and Luka, right? It's kind of like the Spurs in the way where they got Manu and Tony, yeah. So then you kind of have that era leaving Dallas if that happens. So I just don't like that. I don't like that. I thought they purposely lost because something else happened. I don't know what they have in their head, but obviously they got something going on. They need a if that duo doesn't work in the first 10 games, they're done.
I could see the Mavericks coming out and being dominant, and then us going back and being like, well, it's Kyrie Irving. How could we not see this happening? But
I'm giving it 10 games.
that's crazy.
I'm giving it 10 games. If you don't see any chemistry between those two players, and I'm talking 50-point games, you know? I'm talking like these guys are out there, one guy's scoring 50 and the other guy's scoring 30, you know? If I don't see that type of chemistry, I don't see that going far at all. I think, I'm not saying Kyrie's washed up, but I don't think he's willing to take these players aren't willing to take these hits and fights without their best performers on their, you know. I don't know if I think I'm sounding, you know, out of pocket, but I think that these players know who's gonna win, you know, and as we even said it, who's gonna really beat Denver, right? So like, I feel like you know these players at a time they go, okay, it's over, you know. The playoffs, you're down 3-0 and you win that one game, right? And then you're down by 20 in that game. I just feel like these players know when it's time to be done. It's a sad moment, obviously, but I wouldn't want to be in that position, obviously, but yeah. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm not sure how long we're at. I don't even know what the timer is. It's been a hectic week. It's been a lot this week. There's a lot going on, life-wise. But, yeah.
All right. Houston Rockets. I love what the Houston Rockets did. They went and drafted one of the Thompson twins at 4. And if you don't know the Thompson twins, they're dope. I think they're going to take over the NBA in a couple years. So, the Rockets get Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet and add a dope rookie. I think they're building something cool in Houston. Maybe land a James Harden in a year or two. But yeah.
The Rockets did make some good deals. They spent a lot of money, though.
A lot of money going around in NBA free agency, but NBA teams are unlike MLB teams where they actually have a salary cap minimum. These teams are required to spend a minimum amount of money. So you see some players who really end up benefiting from that minimum, getting these $25 million contracts just to fill out to the minimum. So even though these teams aren't paying the full amount of money in their salary cap, they're paying some players, all right, dude, you're getting $25 million a year just to round us out, and that's it. You know what I mean? So it's really cool to see some players get mega deals
to fill the gap. Yeah.
To fill the gap.
Did you talk about Chris Paul?
I did.
God, that's a crazy fucking one.
What do you think about Chris Paul? You could share your thoughts on him.
First is what? What is... we obviously know Chris Paul just wants the ring, right? It's just... he's there to get it and go. Like, we obviously know if he wins that ring, he's done, right? He ain't coming back. Do you think if Chris Paul won a ring last year, he would retire?
No. I actually listened to a Chris Paul interview. This dude loves basketball. He genuinely is one of those people that will play. He is going to play until the wheels fall off. He will play until no team will take him anymore, which I love. And you also got to be like, okay, dude, at some point you got to hang it up yourself.
Big three?
But
You think he's going to go big three?
I think his days
Ice Cube League?
I think his days of being
No, dude, that's a real... No, that ain't
I
a
know
laugh.
it's a real big...
That ain't a laughing situation, bro.
He could. I think you see him coaching. He loves the game so much.
The NBA is really not promoting the big three at all, which is kind of disappointing. And players are not allowed to talk about it. It's kind of disappointing. I listened to Ice Cube the other day. That's kind of sad. But yeah, I would put him right in the big three if you're getting paid and people are going to watch Chris Paul. That's another person to put on the list so you can sit there and watch him, you know.
Chris Paul is really good at speaking too. I could see him being a podcaster or a speaker, you know, in some sort of vertical, whatever he would like to do. He's a very dedicated and well-spoken person. Whatever he chooses to do will be a success. He's my first NBA jersey, so I love Chris Paul, and yeah, you know, I got a spot for him, but seeing his failures have really been upsetting. But you know, you can't just judge someone only.
You talk about Bruce Brown?
No. Bruce Brown leaves the Denver Nuggets.
Just won a ring and left. You know who did that.
I had heard that the Denver Nuggets were only able to offer him $8 million a year, and the Pacers offered him like $40 million over 2 years. So it was like $16 million versus $40 million. So he was like, I gotta take the 40. I gotta take 40. It's just a nice number. I know I'm moving to Indiana to play for the Pacers, and I'm probably not going to ever see an NBA playoff game again.
but I do have a ring.
But now I can afford to put my whole family up in houses.
You do know who won a ring and left. Kawhi. Kawhi won a ring and left.
Yeah, we could talk about LA Clippers next, who decided to give Russell Westbrook like $7 million for 2 years. So he's going to continue to play on a cheap deal, live in LA.
Russell Westbrook?
He has a house, so it makes sense for him to stay in LA for a cheap deal.
No disrespect. Russell, God almighty.
It's crazy
Sorry
to think
to call
that this man will make, $3 million a year and he'll be like an average salary in that city. So many people are millionaires in LA that when you're not making $40 million a year, you're kind of just... He's gonna he obviously has a lot of money, but there's gonna be people out there that are in the tech industry that make $2 million a year that are, obviously not a lot of people, but it's an interesting thing to think about.
That's just too cheap.
Yeah.
That's too cheap for that, in my opinion. He's got maybe 3-4 more years in him?
I mean, why didn't the Bulls go and get him for that cheap? We need a point guard. We need minutes. He hustles. Why? Man, Chicago, even though I wouldn't have been excited about the deal, what is Chicago doing?
They're fucking up.
They're fucking up in baseball, in everything. In hockey. We think
Bashing Chicago's so bad.
Well, we think this rookie's going to save us in hockey. It's like, well, why do we let all our star players walk away? It's just annoying. You have to watch so many former Chicago athletes be on these awesome teams. It's just annoying. Anyway.
It's just like all stop when... I mean, Chicago sports it stopped all the hype after Jordan, and then it took however long till the Cubs won, holy shit.
And then now watching all the Cubs players, not even...
Well, the Blackhawks were always on shit.
Yeah, but hockey is such a... Either you watch hockey and it's like that's your sport.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but you're not really watching basketball if you're a hockey guy because the seasons are... It's a white people sport. I'll say it.
1000%.
Canadian white people thing.
Marcus Smart to Memphis with Derrick Rose, ex-Bull.
Ex-Bull and a lot.
Ex-Nick.
Ex-Nick. Who knew Derrick Rose had anything left in the tank? That's a guy that, you know, is, what are you doing? He's...
John Moran posted that photo of him and D Rose. They're like, it's like someone created it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They put them next to each other, or I don't know if it was real or not. Maybe it was real, but he said, Ja said, this is just unbelievable, you know. It's just crazy that you get to play with these guys that you look up to, and you're sitting there in their shoes as well, you know. It's crazy to just be next to this person that inspired you, you know, and you're doing that thing and doing it better than that person, you know. That's a whole different feeling.
Yeah, I remember the D Rose shoes were fucking huge when we were in high school. If you had a pair of D Roses, you were somebody. You were a somebody. You know what I mean? Those shoes are fucking
You were
cool.
also getting hurt in them.
See, I never could afford the old D Roses.
I think I might have rolled my ankle in those once or twice.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Got Lonzo'd.
Once or twice at least. No doubt.
That's fucked.
That's pretty good though.
The Celtics got Porzingis. Does Porzingis put the Celtics... What does Porzingis do for the Celtics? Is he rival Jokic? If they make it to the finals, does Porzingis put them over the edge to get to the finals, to even win the finals?
No.
Yeah. He's like a 85 in 2K.
I'm telling you right now, we already said it. Who's gonna beat Denver?
Yeah, Denver's gonna run it back.
Maybe the Lillard team.
The only way Denver loses is if Murray gets hurt.
Or Lillard outscores them in Miami.
Lillard and Butler and Bam.
God damn.
But Jokic can just score those easy layups.
So
floaters.
now, and that's...
I think he's going to just
Someone
be so
talked about
dominant.
that.
He's Shaq
Someone
dominance.
talked about that. That's it. Are we going back to the big man basketball game? You know how we just had a little era of Curry and Thompson, and we shooting threes out here. We doing layup drills. We're shooting threes to get out there. We went out there and just started shooting threes. They said fuck what we were told when we were kids. You know, get out there and do your little rotations before we even fucking dribble a ball. You know, we had to do the rotations. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Now it's get your ass out there and start shooting the threes. Are we going to go back to the big man? Are we going back? Because at this rate, we need 2 people to stop Jokic. And those people need to be 7 foot or Bam Adebayo level to where I can block you, I can run with you. I'm dribbling the ball up every fucking play, by the way. Right? That's the type of level that needs to stop. They were the only contender against them, really. In all reality, they were.
Yeah.
Because they had a huge big man that could move. They need to match that again. Porzingis, good example, I'd say. You know, sorry to bash. I feel like we're bashing people out here, but you need another Bam Adebayo that's 7 foot, man. To be, not just rotations either. Not rotations on him at the same time they're out there. We're talking big man basketball. We're talking Kobe Bryant shoots the ball and Andrew Bynum and Pau Gasol are getting the rebounds. 2 big man basketball. That's what I'm talking about. Phil Jackson basketball, the triangle, is what I'm talking about. Because in this little era that we got, it's just flopping threes, flop 3, 3 points. It's, a foul and 1-3. It's a 4-point play. We might be going back.
what makes Jokic so dominant, he's a 35% three-point shooter. You can't, we're seeing he can dominate close up with his, and he's not even a big dunk the ball on you. It's these sky hook, lay it over you, off the glass, guaranteed points. You know what I mean? He's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the ball. He is, and that opens up his passing. He should have won the MVP this year. Clearly, he should have won the MVP. Joel Embiid played phenomenal, and he's the type of player that needs to leave the Sixers to go play on Miami to win. You put Joel Embiid against Jokic, he needs to be there, but again, he's a player who has to play 40 minutes a game, so his tank is just gassed. If you stop Jokic, you stop the Nuggets, but Jamal Murray and Caldwell Pope and
there's this one dude at work,
Porter, they can just go off.
There's this one dude at work, is it a Defender dude? I'm trying to think. No, it's my buddy Jay. We're always talking NBA, and he's like, "Nah, I'll break his leg. We'll be all right." How people always do that. The big games coming out, and oh yeah, dude, he's gonna be scoring 35 tonight. Nah, he's gonna break. He'll break his leg the first play. He always says that type of shit.
Shit's hilarious.
The
Denver's dope. They're gonna keep winning.
Yeah,
losing Bruce Brown is huge, but they're gonna be fine. I'm sure someone else will step up in his spot, and we'll see. He maybe could be the rookie. They have a sweet ass rookie who's tall. That Christian Brown guy, I like him. So yeah, wrapping up. We could talk about the Suns and the Wizards. They're kind of the last two cool teams. The Suns add Bradley Beal and a ton of role players and a push to win with Kevin Durant. But again, they got to go through the Nuggets, and if they can get hot, we saw them win 2 games against the Nuggets. But they went down 0-2. You can't go down 0-2, win 2 games, and then expect to win the series. You got to go 1-1, 1-1 in a team against a team like the Nuggets. Going down 2-0 hurts. And yeah, they won the next 2 games, but they were gassed. So you can't gas out Kevin Durant.
They need kind of what you said. You can't go down you can't go down 0-2 right away, but obviously LeBron went down, But how long is KD gonna be chasing here?
Till the wheels fall off. That's all he knows is to chase.
The snake is slithering.
That's all KD knows.
He's slithering, and he's got this guy named Devin Booker with him slithering. And they're fucking, dude, they're like this. They're fucking slithering, dude. Can they slither in? I don't think so. I think their hype is too big, in my opinion. I think they have really good games, but you can't consistently score 45 points a game. I don't care who you are. You're not Michael Jordan. One of a kind people do that. The LeBron James and Kyrie Irving run when they were down 3-1. We're talking 40 points a game. These guys were scoring
40 minutes.
40 points and 50 points.
And you were playing the full game
and
not getting any sitting time.
How consistent can you be playing against Denver doing that? Not consistent at all. You're going to have a really hard time finding, in this new modern era, the dominant players, because everybody is so good. Everybody is just so good.
Yeah.
That's my little take on it. What was the last team? We had the Suns and then the Kings?
I liked what the Wizards did.
The Wizards.
The Wizards re-signed Kuzma And then they had that deal where they got Jordan Poole. And whether you or not you like Jordan Poole, I like what Jordan Poole does on offense. His defensive numbers were obviously why the Warriors moved on from him. He had the worst point differential in all of NBA, meaning he was the worst defender in all of NBA. He was constantly getting picked on, meaning they were going to attack him. Whoever Jordan Poole is guarding, that guy go to the basket. And it worked, and the numbers showed for it. He was trash on defense, but the dude can score 26 points a game. And if you can score 25 points a game, then you're going to be on the floor. And so I like what the Wizards did adding him. I think we're going to see a lot of him shooting this year in Washington if you're going to watch those games. But it'll be exciting for Washington fans who haven't had a lot to get excited about. But now you got your great value Splash brother. He literally is a Splash. He's a stepbrother. He's a Splash stepbrother.
He called him great value.
Which is a respectable brand.
He's gonna be shooting a lot this year. Yeah. He's gonna be shooting a lot.
I love it.
Hopefully he gets back on the map though.
I liked the pool party. I didn't
remember how big he was for a minute there, dude.
It was.
Dude, he needs to get back on the map.
We've seen players get picked on.
He was with Luka, right? Yeah.
No, he was with Steph Curry. He was with the Warriors. Draymond punched him in the face.
Wait,
Jordan Poole.
I thought we were talking about Porzingis there for a second.
Oh yeah, no Porzingis.
Remember his little fame he had for a minute there? I'm telling you, he needs to get back on track. Porzingis. But Jordan Poole, he's just a ladies' man.
I don't think he's very attractive.
Well, I guess that's what you want to say.
I think he's an awesome ball player. But yeah, I was going to say Steph Curry used to get picked on defensively. Teams used to target him a lot. And then, I don't know what he did, but he spent like a whole offseason just working on defense, the Michael Jordan camp. And now he's a great defender. People don't. He switched it up, and once, that people bullying him got to him where he said, no, I'm not going to shoot this whole offseason. I'm just going to do defense.
That defense
now he's a defender.
Exactly. That defense that he created in that offseason that you just said. Did you notice I know he was always like that, but these guys are following him. That defense that he created makes these guys on the other side of the defense, right, when they're playing, they are following this dude. I just remember specifically these guys, that's how the Kings game, when they first Sacramento, they were talking about, this is the hardest defense I've ever played. Kings just got to the playoffs, but what's his name? The point guard.
Fox?
Fox. He said, this is the hardest defense ever. I remember that interview. It was great. He's like, this Curry is insane, And I think that defense creates that extraordinary offense to where these guys are literally chasing you. But what's his contract? What the fuck is Curry's contract?
Max, Supermax?
Yeah, Supermax, right?
Supermax, fucking the most money ever.
I guess that's our NBA.
Yeah, that's NBA talk. We're always going to be talking NBA throughout the off season. Yeah, thanks for listening.
That's our NBA.
It's a long ass episode.
What's the life advice?
The life advice was, when you're riding your bike, ride with traffic, never against traffic. If you're riding your bike and you get hit by a car behind you, you're going to get hit where your back tire gets hit first, and you will go flying like a projectile. If you get hit while you're riding into traffic, you will get crumpled. So I don't know how often I'm going to be ever riding my bike. But when I ride into traffic, that is how I will be doing.
That is really good life advice.
My brother taught me that the other day.
Thank you for that, by the way.
So.
And grind is the other one. Grind.
Never stop your grind, no matter what you're doing. We're going to keep grinding.
Thank you for joining the QNL podcast. we are live every Monday, and we will be back live next Monday, and so on and so forth. Thank you.
Peace.